man. And y'all know that I'm a huge NBA fan, and I do a lot of live streams to Levi Nick's show. So this is kind of a 2-in-1, but this is about the WNBA and how they're losing their minds. Like the past couple years, the WNBA has literally lost their minds. And there are two former NBA players who are retired now who are entering the WNBA draft next year, and just pointing out the hypocrisy in what the WNBA is advocating for. And we're going to get straight off into this video and find out what he's talking about, man. Make sure y'all drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let's do it.
Really didn't think I'd live long enough to see an actual Joanna man playing in the WNBA, but I have to say I really admire these women. I admire them because they don't let facts get in the way of their opinions. So this is WNBA star Gabby Williams supporting trans women playing in the league. What do we got here? What do we got?
I think it's trans rights now is our new battle. That's what I think I was saying. That
the new battle should be scoring more than 8 points a game. That should be the next battle. Make the games exciting.
These girls don't actually want this. They know they don't. Because they know if these trans athletes start coming into the WNBA, there's a trans athlete playing in one of the women's leagues over in Europe right now, and he is dominating. She is dominating. He is dominating, like dominating, grabbing like 15 boards a game, outscoring like most of the like he is dominating, and it's just not fair. Like female sports need to be competitive for females, men's sports need to be competitive for men. Plain and simple.
That's the next one.
I don't care what anybody wants to do in their free time. You can identify as whatever you want to identify. Go for it. Have fun. But when it comes to sports, it needs to be a competitive line where men's sports and female sports are separated.
the battles have changed.
Oh, yes.
You know, like our intention's been the same, but now the environment has changed. We see trans people's rights being, stripped away from them. There's a lot of discourse around trans athletes and where they can compete in. I would welcome a trans athlete on my team or against my team.
They would dominate you, bro. You would welcome it. They would dominate you. And just stick around to the end. I'm going to cover some comments of previous videos, and I'm actually going to show you some of these guys that are pledging to be in the league. Bro, this story is wild.
Anytime. I don't think it's a problem in the world. It's just another way to kind of attack trans people.
They don't believe this. They just don't want to speak out on it and get themselves in trouble with their PR teams, get themselves in trouble with the league. Like the way some of the players who are speaking out on them are speaking out on this, like Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, they're all speaking out on this and they're getting backlash for it. So these other players don't want to speak out on it. They're just going along with what they're supposed to go along with.
We've seen players like Lasia Clarendon who stepped into that forefront and have been brave enough and courageous enough to kind of step up.
I love how she's speaking with so much courage in the absence of knowledge. It is really breathtaking. It's awe-inspiring, and it's really something beautiful. So this is a guy, his name is Enes, I believe his name's Enes something. What's his name? He's an old NBA player, Enes Kanter. So this dude's like 6'10", 250 pounds.
You know you could be
This dude
vaping
was a beast
formaldehyde,
in the
which is
NBA. He
used
just retired not too long ago. He's an absolute beast. I think it's Anis or on it something. I don't remember. I just know him as Cantor. That's what you always heard in the NBA. But he's an absolute beast.
A global settlement may be coming in.
After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect. If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA. My team and I have carefully examined the WNBA's eligibility criteria and governing framework surrounding self-identification and inclusion. Based on the current guidelines, I can and am officially declaring my eligibility for the upcoming WNBA draft in May 2027. I am definitely not here to mock, make fun of, or disrespect any community or personal choices. I am simply asking that the current rules be applied equally to everyone. The rules that represent the very values many WNBA players and coaches have publicly advocated for. My team and I are prepared to ensure these guidelines are applied equally, consistently, and without exception. And I look forward to the WNBA honoring its stated principles. See you at training camp.
Dude, I love it.
See you at training camp. He's going to dominate. He's going to score 50 points a game. He's going to grab 20 rebounds a game. Like, he's going to dominate. He's literally going to be dunking on these females. If they allow this to happen and these NBA players go through with it, they're going to dominate.
Can't wait till these guys. I can't wait. There's another one. There's another guy. Former NBA player Royce White. This dude, I think he's like 6'8". This dude's also huge.
This week I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes
I've seen this already.
Identifying as a woman.
For the purposes of basketball, he said.
For purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well. Well, I mean, I think I'd be unstoppable.
He said, why? I think I would be unstoppable.
He definitely.
But I'm a team first guy. You know, I'm a pass first kind of player. I do the little things. You know, I led my team in all 5 major stat categories at Iowa State University. So I do a little bit of everything. I'll do whatever the coach needs me to do. I'll do whatever the
I'll bring the penis to the court.
I'll bring the penis to the court is crazy.
Girls need me to do. I think the WNBA could come out and make a definitive statement about guys with a pair of balls playing in the women's association. But you know, hey, that'd be probably too much like, right? So, and I don't want to be discriminated against. No, I want fair treatment.
Yeah.
I'm a young black, hopefully United States senator that would like a fair chance to participate as a sometimes identifying as a transgender woman.
Give this woman a chance and stop being a bigot.
Yeah, you transphobe. Like, that's what we get called. I have no problems with people doing whatever they want in their free time, but I don't think they need to be in the WNBA where the women play. But you get called a transphobe for that. So you guys better let this transgender woman, Royce, play in the WNBA. Otherwise, you're a transphobe, and you just literally made yourself look like a hypocrite. You see why they're doing it now? I hope like the funny part of it, I hope the WNBA doesn't back down and these two actually enter the WNBA draft and they are on a WNBA team next year. It's going to be so funny. And then eventually they're going to be like, no, okay, this is it. And they're not going to allow no biological men in the WNBA. If it gets that far. Do you guys think the WNBA, drop a comment below, do you guys think the WNBA is going to let it get that far?
Quick question. You spend all day trying to improve your life. You hit the gym, you track your calories, you try to make more money, and you work on yourself. And some of you guys are still getting nicotine products that are loaded with chemicals, have weird fillers, and enough ingredients to look like a CVS receipt. That's why today's sponsor is Knick Knack. Knick Knacks are fully dissolvable nicotine lozenges made with just 6 premium ingredients. No smoke, no pouch, no bottle, no spitting, no carrying around some adult pacifier attached to a charging cable. Just clean nicotine and essential oils for flavor. They come in both 3 milligram and 6 milligram strengths, and they're small enough to use basically anywhere, at work, on a flight, at the gym, on a road trip, or wherever. And if you're going to use nicotine, at least use something that wasn't designed by a committee of chemists trying to see how many ingredients they can fit on a label. Go to knickknack.com/Levi and use code Levi for 20% off. That's knickknack.com/Levi for 20% off your order. And warning, this product does contain nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Okay.
Nicotine inside of itself is actually not bad for you. Like, that's why, like, if cigarettes just was tobacco and nicotine, it wouldn't be bad for you. It's all the chemicals that are in the cigarettes that are bad for you. Nicotine actually has a lot of health benefits for you.
So we've got some AI videos of these guys. I'm really hoping this doesn't get flagged for for the music, but
oh my god. This is about to be outrageous. Oh my gosh. AI videos of these two guys coming into the WNBA playing basketball.
This is me direct.
Just wait, bro.
Let's go.
Get in the weight room, kid.
Yeah, because Royce made a thing. He was like, do I have to wear a wig? Like, in that same thing where he was talking, he was like, do I have to wear a wig and paint my nails and cut my hair? He was like, do I have to cut my hair short and wear a wig and paint my nails and put on makeup? He's like, because I will, if that's what it takes.
See you in the locker room. He's a force of nature, an absolute unit. The women are trying, but they just can't contain him. I'm too slow, too weak.
Arms too short. Keep trying.
It's so good, bro. Watch this 360 McTwisty Oh my
360
Lord.
McTwisty.
I'm the definition of a woman.
I'm the definition of a woman.
It would be It would be so easy for them. A man's gonna be in the WNBA and he's gonna drop a 60 bomb the first game, dude. It wouldn't even be a competition at this point. It wouldn't even be a competition if they jumped in the WNBA, bro. And this guy could be a mediocre player. Maybe he averaged.
Now, they were great players when they were in the NBA, but they're retired now. But that's not going to matter in the WNBA. And they're not like retired for a long time. They're going to destroy.
10 to 12 points a game. He could go to the WNBA and drop a 60 bomb. LeBron would be doing Wilt Chamberlain numbers every single game. 100 points a game. Triple digit scoring. It would be monstrous. It would be hilarious. I hope they actually do this. I hope they do this so they can put their money where their mouth is. I really do. Because until they do it, they're not going to realize how stupid they sound. And this is some of the coaches. This is the Indiana Fever coach. Honestly, even their names are dumb. Stupid. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White.
Which is crazy because Indiana Fever is Caitlin Clark's team. And they're the ones that are Caitlin and Sophie are actually the ones speaking out against this. But their coach is not having their back. And
what does she got to say?
What is your stance on men or athletes who test as biological male participating in women's sports? What's your personal stance?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would say that I'm educated enough from a scientific standpoint. I don't ever believe that exclusion is an answer. I just don't.
What is your stance?
Yeah, exclusion's never the answer, right? It's only inclusion. What about the people that had to be eligible to make it to the league, huh? How about that? If exclusion's never the answer and it's always about inclusion, let the big back women who are 350 pounds on Section 8 and food stamps play in the WNBA. Yeah. Why don't we let the women without legs play in the WNBA? What about women with no arms?
Why can't I? I'm a transgender female in a wheelchair. Can I play in the WNBA?
You know, I demand more equality and more inclusion for the paraplegic women to be in the WNBA. I don't care if they're in a wheelchair. It doesn't matter to me. I want inclusion. This is what matters.
Thank you, Levi.
So here is a WNBA player, a potential WNBA player. They're looking to sign a transgender French basketball player named Julie Tatart. I thought it was Julie Retard. This dude.
This is the guy in Europe that is literally balling.
Is a 6'3" man and averages 20 rebounds a game. This is insane.
Tick, tick, boom. Bringing the noise.
Like this dude is straight balling. This is a 6'3" man. That's a man. That dude is shredded. You're telling me that dude is going up against chicks? How is this even close to fair? What are the French doing? And the thing is if you can be 6'3" and get 20 rebounds a game in the WNBA or in a women's league, bro, you got to be at least 6'10" to be averaging that much. What does Trump got to say?
What is Trump?
And I'll tell you what, if I were ever, I'd be the greatest women's basketball coach in history.
As much as Trump's always going to be the greatest at whatever he wants to do, he says, like, he'd be the greatest at this. He'd be the greatest at this.
Because I don't like LeBron James. I like Michael Jordan much better. But I'd go up to LeBron James. It doesn't matter. I'd say, LeBron, did you ever have any desire to be a woman? Because what I'd love you to do is star on my team that I'm building up. I will have the greatest team in history. They'll never lose. Nobody will come within 70 points of this team.
He's right, though.
No, we have to change that, and we have to make it okay to talk about it.
He said nobody would come within 70 points of this team.
The young lady I was talking about is afraid to talk about it. She's shunned and she's canceled when she talks about it. This is crazy. Right, Kellyanne? I see my...
That's insane. They would average 70 points a game, dude. Oh my god. So here's the first ever WNBA trans player post game interview. What do we got?
What's your favorite part about playing in the WNBA?
Ooh, I'd say probably whacking off in the showers. Yeah.
Okay, stop it there, dude.
Everyone's just looking at you and they're absolutely disgusted, but they're too afraid to say something because that makes them a bigot and also somehow a racist.
It makes them a bigot.
It's the same time. It's great. Fear gets me off.
How are you able to be so...
Nicole Jokic, 96 points, 84 rebounds, 1 assist.
Dominant.
Well, I got a cock and balls, so that definitely helps, honey.
Does your boner affect the way you play defense and the way that they can move the ball and score?
It helps me stiffen up a little bit. You know?
Helps me stiffen up a little bit.
I mean, it's obvious you have an advantage.
I mean, let's leave that up to the liberal lesbians to decide, you know? I mean, scientists is dorks.
When did you first realize
Scientist is dorks
that you are a woman?
Well, I've always been extremely entitled, and I drive like a fucking idiot. I never take responsibility for my actions, and I use emotional outbursts to get what I want. So I was like, you know what? This sounds like just like every fucking woman I've ever met.
Is it true you dunked on 3 players and asked them how your nuts smelled?
Oh, I most definitely did. And they're lucky we don't share a shower. Otherwise, they'd be finding out. And I'm on my fake period right now, which means they're just...
My fake period right now.
It's a bunch of dried, stale ketchup down there in my panties, and it don't smell good.
As a trans person, what rights do you specifically don't have?
Well, number one, I can't get buck naked at a parade, put a puppet around my dinger around a bunch of kids. Oppression.
Okay, that's just disgusting and uncalled for.
Some people bring their kids to it. It's art. Look, I'm just as feminine as Asia Wilson or Brittany Griner. My apologies to Bam Adebayo and Kevin Durant, but y'all might be gay.
Cooling off feels great.
Just like getting...
Dude, I don't think Brittany Griner, like me personally, there's a lot of evidence out there that shows Brittany Griner is not a dude.
Great coverage.
She's been in the league for fucking over a decade, damn near, like before any of this was going on.
Dude, I was just scrolling and saw this on my feed. And now people are like protesting Sophie Cunningham for what she said. I think I have it right here. What is she said something which was extremely based in my opinion. So I don't know why people are trying to cancel Sophie Cunningham when she's like one of the ones that's actually based. This poor girl, though.
On that same vein, in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young...
See, look, she's on Indiana Fever. And the fact that Sophie's speaking out, Caitlin's speaking out, they're all speaking out, but their coach can't have their back, that's not a good thing.
Girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
She's so hot. I'm not going to lie. She's so fucking hot.
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense.
Yeah, it's common sense.
I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah. Do you see your advocacy on that, like taking any form going forward?
You know, I don't know. I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs. I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but I've never even really said anything about that. And so when it comes just to protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel very strongly about that.
I completely agree. As a dad with a daughter, the last thing I want is frickin', Jamal playing against my daughter, dude. This is absolutely wild. But, the lefties are going nuts on this. Here we got a septum ring theory going in. Okay, let's go.
The truth is trans women are women, and so if they would like to play women...
Trans women are women?
You're a liar!
No, they're not. They're dudes cosplaying as chicks.
...sports, then that would be something that they should do as women.
A few former NBA first-round picks came out yesterday and declared for the WNBA draft. Are you supportive of them?
Yeah, so if they truly were trans, then I would be perhaps supportive of them, but they're not.
Who determines who's really a woman, though?
I would say I would love to see them play against Asia Wilson and beat her.
They would destroy her. Women already do.
I doubt they would. So thank you so much.
She said, I doubt they would. For real, high school and like high school boys basketball team, varsity high school team, boys basketball teams beat WNBA teams on the regular. High school boys basketball teams beat WNBA teams all the time. You can go on YouTube and find dozens and dozens and dozens of videos of AAU teams and high school boys teams playing against NBA teams or NBA players, and they get destroyed or WNBA players, and they get destroyed every time.
I admire how little of evidence these women need to feel certain about something. She's about as sharp as a dadgum marble. I just don't see how you could be so stupid. And even the coaches are doing it. It's not just some of these stupid players. It's the coaches. This is one of the coaches. Trans kids belong is a shirt that. What?
of trans kids. Trans kids belong on the shirt. This in the aftermath of
Lock these people up. Lock these people up for thinking we.
God, Sophie's a smoke show, dude. Sorry for interrupting the stream, but damn, she's a smoke show.
The aftermath of
Lock
Sophie,
these
pick
people
me
up.
up.
Lock these people up for thinking we need to be pushing a trans ideology to freaking children. Lock these people up. Everybody, circle up. It's the circus. Come on, right? Come on down. Still wearing diapers on their face. That one in the front looks like they were made by God. And
why are people still wearing COVID masks? That's insane. It's 6 years later.
Hurry. God submitted that body type at 11:59. Said, you know what? I got to get this one in last minute.
Man, y'all drop a thing in the live chat if you think trans women should play in the WNBA.
You know, and with people like this, I feel like I would try to explain it slower, but I don't feel like the speed is the problem. I don't feel like the speed is the problem. I feel like it's just the overall concept of saying, hey, biology is real. Biology is a thing. There's scientists out there that actually know what they're talking about. I heard Elliot Page is actually jumping out there now. Elliot Page, equality goes both ways. Where's my NBA contract? Well, this is what I'm saying. Where's my NBA contract at? Where's all the inclusion with... You know, guys like me who are 6'2" and white and can't play basketball at all. Why can't I be in the WNBA? You know, they're even talking about this stuff on the news.
Just so we're clear here on the WNBA, Sophie's alone. She's alone right now.
I think there are a lot of people that agree with her. They just don't want us to talk about it.
But that's even worse.
Yeah, it is.
That's even worse that you're going to allow one of your colleagues that's trying to protect all of you guys as if it's a controversial point of view to say that the men should play in the men's league and the women should play in the women's league. Yep. And right now, all the
it's common sense. Common sense. If you want to be trans, but you was born a man and you still want to play basketball, you can play in the NBA still. Nobody's saying you can't play basketball. Nobody in the world is saying you can't play basketball. Dennis Rodman was wearing wigs and wearing dresses back in the 90s, but he still played in the NBA. He didn't go play in the WNBA when he started wearing dresses. That's cool. Nobody's saying that you can't do that. You can wear, dress, and be whoever you want to be. But you got to just play in the right league.
And scrutiny. They're going to try to suppress her. Thank God.
That's exactly what they're going to do. Like, these people need to act like my hairline and just back up for a second. They need to back up for a second because they're totally going against biology. But we live in a world right now where if you don't support this ideology, you're labeled as a bigot and you're labeled as a transphobe. And it's like, no, it's not that. I just don't want biological men dominating women's areas.
That's it.
I'm very much so. I think women are a protected class for a reason. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree.
Facts.
I'm married. I have a daughter. I love my mom. I love my wife. Love my daughter. Why would I ever want biological men to enter into spaces where they should feel safe, right? On a court. In a locker room. That is insane to me. You're telling me they're going to be, like, my daughter has the potential to have another dude in a locker room with her. That's insane to me. That is insanity.
Insane, yeah. I have no problem with you doing whatever you want with your life, but just go to the right bathrooms and go to the right locker rooms and play in the right leagues. That's it. If you want to have long hair and be a female, but you was born a man, you still got to play in the NBA. You just can't play in the WNBA.
On the table, and nobody tells.
You should just admit it at this point. They don't stand with natural-born women. They don't stand with Trump supporters. The WNBA just exposed themselves as raging hypocrites, and I'm going to show you what they said. First, let's go back to what happened. If you didn't see, 2 NBA players have said that they're going to file for the 2027 WNBA draft.
Good.
Because the WNBA says that they will just accept any man that wants to be a woman. So thank goodness these 2 players have stepped forward and said, okay, cool. If you're going to accept men into your league, sign me up. Suddenly, the WNBA has a problem with that, even though their guidelines on who can actually apply for their draft is so vague that men actually can just show up. They don't like this now because they have a problem with Trump supporters. They have a problem, I'm assuming, with natural-born women that don't agree with their narratives. So the part of their statement that really got to me is that the WNBA, which is the union for players, says that they're not going to be used as political pawns. Come again? Because
you already are.
Yeah, what? You literally are you being a political pawn.
Dude. Trans kids belong. Silence is come on.
you have been very political for years. Do you just hate
They've
Trump
been very political the entire time. What are you talking about?
supporters? Do you just hate natural born women? Do you hate anybody that doesn't agree with you? Like, this was just the other day.
This woman is so stupid. It looks like she needs to open up a glass door just to see what's on the other side.
The girl that's talking, you could tell she's freaking actually educated, could put a coherent sentence together, and the people on the other side, when you hear them talk about trans rights and stuff, their brains just get mumbled and jumbled together, and they literally can't explain why. They're just like, oh, we have to support this because this is what we're told to support. They don't have their own opinions. They're just getting their opinions from what they're being told to say.
Hey, you're telling me that you don't want to be political, yet you're allowing your coaches to wear trans kids belong shirts.
Exactly.
Or we have this moment. I thought you didn't want to be political. I thought you had a problem with being a...
Good Lord. What is that one right there? That one's a... What is that? That one looks like Joanna Man. You know, my expectations with this video were really on the ground, but I see all these women really just brought a shovel.
Yeah.
Political pawn. I mean... Kamala Harris for the culture. Be so effing for real.
Stupid.
This is the politics they have a problem with. When a man wants to stand up for women and prove that the WNBA is full of hypocrites, their whole standard...
It's all just to prove the hypocritical, and like the other dude, not not this dude, not Cantor dude that signed up, but the other dude said if they don't allow him to play, he's gonna sue. He's gonna take lawsuit action because otherwise they're being hypocrites if they don't allow him to play.
is hypocritical at best, because they say that they want to be inclusive and add trans athletes, but now it's a problem when manly men want to join their league. How do you draw the line, WNBA?
You don't draw the line. That's how you do it. I love it. I think we need to see it, though. Until they see a full-blown man in the league, they're not going to realize how stupid they are. They're not going to realize what they've done. We have to let this guy play. We've got to let him play. We have to.
I hope he does for the sake of the WNBA so they get their heads back on straight. I hope that this goes through and these two men end up playing in the WNBA for a season and completely destroying it and winning MVP and all this shit. And then the next year they're going to be like, okay, this is enough.
Let him play. Because if they never get the full brunt of it, they're never going to know, dude. Wow. They're never going to know.
He's got some size. Too small.
Too small.
Weak stuff out here. Get that weak stuff out of here. What? I'm just naturally gifted. Nothing unusual there. Play on.
Insane.
Too small.
Too small.
Gun. Gang, you got it down box.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go to some of the comments on a previous video, the one we did about Ellen DeGeneres, or Degenerate, may I say. Shout out to you guys.
Going into
that video got over 100,000 views.
He's going into the comments on his Ellen DeGeneres show. We don't need to watch that the rest of this, but man, what do you guys think about what's going on with the WNBA right now? I actually think it's literally, I think they're losing their minds. Like I said earlier, I have no problem with people living their life how they want to live, man. Do whatever you want in your life. If you want to be a man that identifies as a female, cool. Do whatever you want. But female sports should be for biological females. Plain and simple. Female locker rooms, female restrooms, and female sports should be towards biological females. Other than that, you can do whatever you want. If you're a transgender woman and you were born a male, you just have to play in the NBA still, not in the WNBA. Plain and simple. It is what it is. But let me know what you guys think about this. I think they're losing their minds, man. Drop a comments. Let me know what you guys think about this below, man. It's still alive. Checking out. Peace out, y'all.